So Beneil Dariush has been going around doing interviews since his fight with Charles Oliveira got cancelled, and it got cancelled because Charles had an injury, so he pulled out, leaving Benny without an opponent. And that was seen as the number one contender for the title against Makachev. So he says, as you can see in this interview via Submission Radio, Benil says that he asked the UFC about fighting Islam in July or August or even earlier if Islam is available, and they told him that he has to be Islam has to be on the October card, which I'm assuming is the Abu Dhabi card. And they said that Dustin Poirier is the number one contender and that he's ahead of Beneil. This is so funny to me because I cannot think of someone who is a clear number one contender more than Beneil. I cannot think of anyone who is ahead of him. I don't even think Dustin Poirier is ahead of him in the rankings. So I would assume, so it would be Islam. I think then it would be Charles, and then maybe Beneil, and then Dustin. I am not sure. I did not check the rankings, but I did not expect that the UFC, like, logically, the right number one contender would be Beneil, and it's one of those fights that I've been looking forward to, Islam and Beneil, because I feel like Beneil would be a much tougher fight for Islam than like Dustin Poirier, or well, he finished Charles quicker than we expected him to finish him. So I was really excited. Just the thought of Beneil and Makachev was very exciting for me. But seeing that they decide, well, the UFC is actually looking at Dustin, and they're saying that Dustin is ahead of him. I don't understand that. I think Dustin has also had, I mean, he hasn't faced Islam, but he has had opportunities to fight for the title, and Beneil is on what is it, 8 winning streak. So I really think that he deserves to have the opportunity to fight Islam, and it might actually be very competitive. He might even defeat him. I feel like after the fight with Volk, a lot more people would be willing to fight Islam because it showed them that he can actually be beaten. Because when you have this undefeated, well, Islam is not undefeated, but when you have this fighter that he seems to finish people early, so when you get that one fight where a lot of his weaknesses are exposed, you get a lot of people who want to fight him after that. So, yeah, that is also another thing that is completely unrelated to this. But I really think that Beneil Dariush would be a very competitive matchup for Islam, because I think his grappling is good. His stand up is good. So they would really give us a fight that would be a lot greater than Dustin Poirier. But I think Dustin would probably get it because he is more popular than Beneil.